diamonds all in your face.
What is going on, H-Town? Houston, Texas is Black Friday, especially for the Detroit Lions. The Houston Texans, man, they put on a show, especially on Thanksgiving. I know the last time we played on Thanksgiving was against the Lions, way back when we had Andre Johnson and Matt Schaub. But I really want to say, compared to that performance, this performance was a lot better. Now, early on to start off, man, the offense went 3 and out, and it was starting to look like it was going to be one of those games where this team was going to struggle. But J.J. Watt answers the bell again for this team, intercepts the ball in what was a flashback to the wild card game, to the Bills game that was a season. I think it was E.J. Manuel that he took back. I mean, we've seen him do that before and take it for 6, man. And it was nice to see him give them that spark. That is why I am extremely convinced that J.J. Watt continues to be really the spark that this team needs at time. And I feel like Watson is that player as well on offense, but he's that guy on defense. And until you can replace that, till you have that person in the building that you know for sure can provide the same thing, I don't think you can trade for J.J. Watt. Not to mention that I think J.J. Watt is past a point where you're going to get a first-round pick. It would really take a great, savvy GM to be able to come in here, trade J.J. Watt for a first-round pick. Now, there's been conversations about J.J. Watt going to Chicago because obviously we know his wife plays for that team in Chicago for the women's soccer. But let's be honest, it's a higher possibility that she doesn't even stay there for too long. So the possibility of her moving around again, I don't know, man. I think J.J. Watt enjoys Deshaun Watson. He enjoys having a good quarterback who he knows, if we give him just a little bit of spark, a little bit of extra possessions, he can seal the game for you. And I like how complimentary he is with that when it comes to Deshaun Watson. And it happened in the wild card against the Bills, and we saw it again yesterday against the Lions. So that was a beauty to see. I like the fact that Deshaun Watson was able to call a flea flicker, and that Romeo Crennel was not post against it and said, screw it, run it. Because most of the time, we'll see somebody either run that on us or we'll see another team run it. And then it'll take us weeks to get that and do it. And it really, people will say that was actually practice. I doubt that was even practice. That you could definitely tell that was something they just jotted down and ran it right there and then. And that's how explosive Deshaun Watson can be. And that's what makes this job, both for the GM and the coaching position, be so attractive. A lot of people are cheering, that Deshaun Watson is putting these type of performances because there's no denying that the best job available come this next offseason is going to be the Houston Texans job. I think that Matt Patricia is going to be someone that eventually I think is going to get fired. I don't know why they would keep him. And so that'll be a job that's open. The Atlanta Falcons, I don't think they have any interest in Eric Bieniemy. In fact, this past week they came out and said that one of the GMs that they're interested in is actually Rick Smith, who, interesting enough, had a story this particular week where he addressed the fact that he was really the only one in the room willing to move up and make the move for Deshaun Watson. So thank you, Rick Smith, because it's the greatest decision after J.J. Watt that this franchise honestly has made. Will Fuller continues to be explosive, man. A lot of people say, he's a speedy wide receiver. There's many speedy wide receivers coming out of the draft. You can replace it. It's not just speed with Will Fuller. His route running is so crisp, as Wing put it. It's very elite, and I think it's very underrated. And I really, really would love to see him hit that 1,000 mark, not just because of the wager that I got going on, but truly he deserves it. After so many years of being banged up, he finally found something that works for him, that keeps him out on the field. And we saw that the chemistry between Deshaun Watson and Will Fuller was a lot different than, say, the chemistry that existed between him and DeAndre Hopkins. They were both very different, and I don't compare them. And they were unique in their own way. But the explosiveness, I think, was a lot greater when it came with this Will Fuller chemistry. And it's showing and it's paying off tremendously, man. The Houston Texans putting up 41 points is what this offense is able to do. You were missing Kenny Stills. You were missing, I didn't even see Darren Fells get snaps. Who else were you missing on offense? You were missing Randall Cobb. So 2 key players on this offense that weren't around, and you still were able to put 41 points. Deshaun Watson is now what? He went into the game having 15 touchdowns, I think, to 0 interceptions. So he added 4 more. That's 19. The dude, honestly, is the best quarterback in the league right now. Carrying his team. He's 4-7. If you look at the Arizona Cardinals, they're 6-4. So we're really like 3 losses away from almost having the same record as they are, and they see more prime time than we. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Houston Texans do here in the upcoming weeks, because to be honest, I can see us competing with the Colts. Now, obviously, we play them at home first this upcoming Sunday. We have a little bit of extra rest. And then I think we play another team, and then we play the Colts again in their house. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, this Sunday, we have the Titans facing the Colts. That's a game that you want to keep your eye on to see how beat up they come out of that. But yeah, man, just beautiful, beautiful execution from the Houston Texans. I'm pretty sure that Eric Bieniemy, looking at that tape, is probably salivating at how much potential there is for him to come in, install his offense, and continue to allow Deshaun Watson to be elite and great. That's, I think, what excites everyone when they see this type of play, because he's really doing it out there without coaching, to be honest. Tim Kelly, I think, is really somebody that's taking Deshaun Watson's advice and going with it. So I really think it's Deshaun Watson really being out there and, willing his team to victories. And so that's 2 in a row. We're going to go play against the Colts in our house. Curious to see if they open up the roof again. It was obvious that the players enjoyed that. Obviously today it's raining, so if it's raining, I doubt that they do. If it's even gloomy, if it's even look like it's going to have any chance of rain, I doubt that they open it. Unless it's sunny and they know it's going to be sunny, that'll probably be the only way that they open up that roof, man. But the Houston Texans, that was beautiful to see. I'm glad that we were able to see that. I'm glad that the defense didn't fold at the end and was able to execute on so many levels. Tyrell Adams, man, to me is the complete replacement of McKinney. I don't see McKinney playing with the Houston Texans next year, which is good because you got Tyrell Adams on a cheap contract right now. I expect Will Fuller to resign with the Houston Texans. I don't see him resigning for anything more than $12 million, unless you include bonuses or something. But he wants to stay here. He loves his chemistry with Deshaun, and going anywhere else is really opening up possibilities that doesn't necessarily guarantee you that it's going to go well. So I think they're better off just agreeing with each other to remain here. I think our best bet is to draft a bigger wide receiver in 2022 where we have a first round pick. This draft coming up is going to have to be focused on the defensive side of the ball. You definitely still got to draft a running back. I think you have to do that. David Johnson is not your answer. It's not going to be the answer in the future. Duke Johnson does a solid job for you. He just needs another number one, because I don't think Duke Johnson, if you give him the number one throughout the season, honestly can stay that healthy. You can tell that sometimes the bumps, they get to him. And so you definitely need two horse back there, running the ball, and it works great. Look at Cleveland. If they got 2 thoroughbreds, look at how much impact that they're doing back there. So the next GM, man, whether you get it in the 3rd round or the 4th round, that'll be good for the Houston Texans. But yeah, man, it was exciting and great to see. So shout out to them. Hey, you know what it is every day, baby. It's Friday. Let's get it.